Hi, Anu. My name's Daphne at ieltspodcast.com. Thank you for sending in your essays for correction, and I'm really sorry for the delay in getting it back to you. It was assigned to a colleague of mine who's ill, so I'm just taking over her tickets. Happy to be working with you. Well done getting on board with the course. It's a really good way to get some feedback before your exam, and you've written two really nice essays here. This is a great start. The topic here about schools. Some people think schools have to be more entertaining. Others think their sole purpose is to educate. So which do you agree with? So while schools have an onus to provide strict environment for learning, using media and sounds encourage a better learning atmosphere too. Okay, I think you should start here with something a bit more general. It's like you're going in really kind of fast with a really good argument. So you could put something like, there is much debate nowadays about how schools should prioritise their activity. Something like that, something a bit more general. Then you could come in here, while schools have an onus to provide a strict environment for learning, using media, give me your opinion here. I believe that. So this is an opinion essay, which you agree with. So it's very important in the introduction that you state your opinion. I believe that using media and sounds can encourage. Be careful here on just sort of just can encourage. Don't make big facts like this. Just kind of step back a little bit. Can encourage a better learning atmosphere. Okay, a better learning atmosphere. Two. This essay will discuss the advantages of media application in schools using examples from study from Young People New Media Project Team. Okay, this should all be capital letters if it's a sort of example, if it's like an organisation, to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Yeah, nice introduction, good stuff. Firstly, multiple media like, you don't need the comma there because you're going to give me your example. Television, video and games help children show more interest in their academic studies. I think you could have academics is okay, but academic studies, be more specific. This is because several productions from the media are designed to attract attention. Now, in terms of collocation, which is verbs which automatically go with other nouns, like they're attracted to each other, you can say, attract attention. For example, a recent study by Young, here you've got the capitals, that's perfect, showed that children who learned using audio visuals found learning very entertaining. Just give me a bit more here, compared to traditional, school, a traditional school program or traditional academic studies, something like that. Therefore, comma after therefore, the use of multimedia in schools significantly increases a child's interest in learning. Lovely. Very nice paragraph. Nicely done. That's excellent. As we go through the course, I will encourage you to write a little bit more. You're bang on 250, which is perfect. But if you want to get a band 7, it's probably a good idea to increase a little bit, which will let you develop your arguments more fully. But for now, this is totally perfect. Secondly, applying teaching techniques which involve the following: sounds, rhymes, music, and okay. Now don't put this punctuation in here. We have to keep punctuation formal, which means we're not going to use that. Includes the following methods, or includes methods such as. That would be better. Yeah, rather than the following, because like you don't want to have a list. So which involves methods such as. Yeah, again, may improve concentration in class dramatically. So may, same as we've put can in here. This is due to the fact that students tend to learn better when gestures alongside music are used to depict lessons taught in a classroom. Really, really nice. That's so true. For instance, a recent research by the UK government showed that the introduction here of technological artifacts to classes resulted in an increase in performance for students by 20%. Now, technological is fine, that's a modern word. Artifacts is a word we use when we're talking about really old things. So that's a kind of contradiction, those two. So technological innovations, this is the kind of modern opposite, yeah. Two classes resulted in an increase in performance for students by 20%. Lovely. As a consequence, studying with sounds does, is shown to result. Again, I don't like this. Does is a little bit strong because we just need to just modify it just a little bit. In conclusion, between examples on studies carried out by you, and arguments given, I firmly believe. Okay, you don't need to repeat all that. From the examples and arguments given, I firmly believe that schools should input multimedia into their tutoring methods to help boost learning, so that if this approach, either these approaches are or this approach is continually improve, it's predicted that education system will continue to flourish. Good. Really, really nice. That's a lovely essay. You've given me your opinion very strongly. You've organised it well. Lots of great vocabulary in there and lots of lovely grammar as well. Good stuff. Really great start. So doing an enjoyable activity with a child, now child is an important word for me, so I've highlighted that here, can develop better skills and more creativity than reading. To what extent do you agree? While reading books, magazines and newspapers. So again here, I think you need a bit of a general sentence in there before you come into this. While reading books, magazines and newspapers can develop a child's mental agility, playing games with the child can improve their now there you want possessive, responsive, reflective and cognitive skills. Good. Because you've come out with such a strong statement here. I believe that. It's exactly the same as what we did in the first essay. So you need to have this in here. I believe that, then that works. This essay will discuss. Yep, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so something a bit more general here, then your opinion coming in here, and then this essay will discuss. Firstly, playing computer games. You don't not play of. It would be the playing of, but we wouldn't say that. You would just say playing computer games like PlayStation are known to develop a child with special, to encourage the development of, I would say, encourage the develop of a child's special skills, or unique skills, maybe special, both, and unique skills that cannot be boosted by reading alone. If you put that word in here, it is more emphatic. Okay, so I've just modified a few things in there. Special and unique. Okay, this is because children who play electronic consoles have their response, reflective and spatial skills expanded from the innovative designs of such games. Good. For example, I don't think we want to repeat. I'm just hesitating here. You're repeating what you said here, which is so amazing. If you repeat it, it kind of loses its value. So why don't you have competitive, physical, and spatial skills? So think of some different skills that you could add here. Okay, do you see what I mean? If you're repeating it, it's like you don't get any extra marks from on the lexis, on the vocabulary. Recent studies showed that mentally challenged children who play computer games had drastic improvements in improvements plural. Therefore, guiding a child in electronic games can develop, same point as before, can develop special skills. Okay. Secondly, encouraging a child to play sport. Good. I'm glad you're using sport as an example. It's a nice one. Is also thought to. Okay, so what I'm doing is this is called hedging, academic hedging. So you're distancing yourself from these big statements. This is due to the fact that sporting activities involve predictions that aim to win. Good. For example, a recent research by the French Basketball Federation demonstrated that students who play competitively perform better academically than, you need to compare, this is a comparative, than blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is a comparative sentence. You need to put compare better than whoever. As a consequence, playing sport instead of would, you need here could. Okay, Nice, good. In conclusion, from the examples on studies and research carried out, you don't need this. Research discussed. So this is just getting a bit too many words in here, a bit too repetitive. I firmly believe, or you can just go into this. I firmly believe that playing sports and games together, this is an important word, can contribute to the growth of. So I don't want to say develop again because we said develop again and again. Yeah, we don't need that here. To the growth of special skills in children. Thus, if these games are applied in a child's life, it's predicted that they, you don't need to repeat, you can just have they, will continue to excel at tasks they undertake brilliantly. Really, really nice. What super first essays. This has been really good. There's so task achievement, let's go through the criteria here. Task achievement, really nice, you've answered the questions. Coherence, very, very good there. I can see where your arguments are going. I really like how you put it together. It flows very nicely. Grammar looks really good to me. A few little things on articles I'm picking up on, and vocabulary also looks good. Just watch out for repetition. But really great start, and thank you. I look forward to reading your next essay soon. Well done.